Hey everyone, it is BrickLetter18 here today with another episode of Ask Brick. Ask Brick is my Q&A show here on YouTube where you ask me questions down in the comments below and I answer them here on video. Today we've got lots of great questions, so let's just jump right into it. This first question is from BNSF Railfan. Ask Brick, LEGO seems to be canceling the police set. Why instead do they not do trains? We don't really get any train sets anymore. They asked this question a few weeks ago and I just am kind of getting around to answer it. But I don't think that's entirely true that LEGO's canceling police sets. I know they did cancel one last summer because it was, I think it was controversial or something like that. But I'm still pretty sure LEGO's going to be doing police sets and will continue to do police sets. In terms of doing LEGO train sets, they actually just announced a bunch of new LEGO trains coming out, or okay, I shouldn't say a bunch, but they just announced at least one new train coming out in the LEGO City line. So I'm thinking LEGO is doing, they're going to continue to do more train sets. In terms of why we don't get many train sets anymore, it's because I honestly think that there's only so many trains that the LEGO universe can have. Especially trains take up so much room in a LEGO city. I know they're great and stuff like that for kids, but I know like a lot of AFOLs, including myself, just don't have room for them. So I've got two LEGO City trains, then I'm, plus the winter train, so maybe, and the Disney train. So I got like 4 LEGO trains, I guess I could say. And that's pretty much all I need. I don't really need any more because the many more I get, I'm just not going to have room to store them all. So I think that's why LEGO's a little hesitant on doing too many trains, just because they take up so much room. But I would say they are continuing to do them, and they'll probably still continue to do them for years to come. Sadler501 asks, how do you apply your stickers? So I apply my stickers I guess just like anyone else would apply their stickers. Like I get the sticker pack and I find the brick and I line it up and I make sure it's straight. When I was a kid, I was obviously a lot sloppier, but now as an AFOL and someone with a little bit of OCD, I make sure all my stickers are aligned pretty perfectly. You can see all the sets behind me that they don't have stickers, but a lot of these sets, like this one right here, like the stickers on this one are perfectly aligned. Like I made sure of it because that was very important to me. Stickers, like I want them to be centered, I want them to be straight, stuff like that. So I apply them that way, and it's just a lot of like rule of like, I work with my eyes, and you know what, if they're not perfectly stuck, I just unstick them and I put them back down because I want to make sure that they are absolutely perfect. Angela Powell Sings asks, Ask Brick, will you be moving to another LEGO room in the near future, and if so, when? I'm knocking on wood because I do not want to move. Like, I really like the Lego room I have now, and I have no intentions of moving anytime soon. Unless there's extenuating circumstances that force me to move, I really, really do not want to. So I got my current Lego room where I am right now, I got this space rented in June 15th, 2022 or 2021 is when I signed my lease. I only moved from my Lego studio because the landlords there were jacking up the price of the rent. They were making me now pay for parking when I used to just go or either commute on the subway or park for free. And the building was not air conditioned and 15 minutes away from where I was currently living. I was living in an apartment building with a roommate, and I was at that, that crossroads where I was like, you know what? I'm thinking I'm ready to get my own place. I would like to move out. And I was looking for, a new place for just me, a 1-bedroom or whatever, a studio 1-bedroom. And that's when I was looking, one of the biggest considerations was, where is this new place going to be? I wanted it to be near a subway line, and I didn't want it to be any further from my Lego studio than my current residence was. And I was like, crap, like it was getting very, very tricky. And then as I was making the commute that was 20 minutes each time I wanted to go to the studio, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I would do Lego so much more, and I would do so much more with my YouTube channel if I didn't have to do this commute every time. So while I was looking for 1-bedroom apartments, I shifted my search to 2-bedroom apartments, and that's ultimately how I found this place. I live here, I do my Lego here, everything is all under one roof. So that's why I have no intentions to move. I really like my place. It's very spacious. Like you've seen my Lego room, it's absolutely massive for a downtown Toronto condo. I'm very, very lucky to have it. And the rest of my place is massive as well. I obviously have a few complaints about the building. It's not perfect, and there are some things I would love to change. My fact that I have this place is certainly not one of them. I really, really feel fortunate enough to have this place, and I have no intentions to move anytime soon, at least not for the next few years. It was such a lot of work to move my Lego collection here last year. It was a massive, massive undertaking, and I honestly do not want to be doing that again. It was just too much, and I really like the how I have my place set up, how I have it decorated, and I quite frankly just don't want to move. I will actually have to move my Lego collection within this room in a few months because they actually need to replace the windows, which are behind my bookshelf. I wish they didn't have to replace them, but they do. So to do that, I have to move all the Lego to the one corner of the room. We're gonna have to take the carpet up and make sure because it's gonna be very, very dusty. So I will have to move the Lego collection, but it's not gonna be moved out of this room. It's just gonna be moved to the other side. That's gonna suck, but that will get done sometime, as I mentioned, sometime probably within the next few months. But no, I have absolutely no intentions to move Lego rooms in the near future. That was the only reason I moved the studio is because of those key factors in my living situation. Other than that, I love the studio. It was perfect the way it is. I would have stayed there for many, many years to come. But I just was so sick of the commute and the price increase and stuff like that. I was just not a fan of it. Solid Lists and Legos ask Brick, are you going to be buying the Lego Nintendo Super Mario 64 question block or the Lego Titanic? Honestly, both of those sets are really cool. I like both of them. However, unfortunately, I have no plans to buy either of them in the near future. The Titanic is definitely one that's high on my wish list. I think that set is absolutely incredible and I would love to get it. However, it's very large. I have no idea where I would actually put it, and it's incredibly expensive. I am doing a lot of traveling in these next few months, and I will be saving my money to do that and to do other things with it. And I'd honestly, at that price tag, I'd rather buy a dozen smaller Lego sets than have one massive Lego set like that. As I said, in the future, that is definitely one set that I hope to buy and hope to add to my Lego collection. It's just not in the cards right now. As for the Super Mario 64 question block, again, that's a super cool set. It's also a hefty price tag. If it came up at like a good deal or I had a good opportunity to buy it, I would definitely purchase it because I think it's really, really cool and I love how everything fits in that box and then opens kind of up. But again, same thing, unless something drastic happens, it's just not one super high on my priority list. I haven't even got the modular building that came out in 2022 yet. So that one's higher on my priority list for me at least than any of those other twos. But hopefully I'll get to add them both to my collection someday. We've got another question here from NG Pal Sings. He says, do you think LEGO will retire the Technic theme? No, I don't think that that's a theme that LEGO is going to retire anytime soon. With that theme, it's very, very different than the rest of the LEGO themes. Like I would say the LEGO Technic theme is a little bit more challenging for builders. It really tests your creativity and your skills a lot more than just like the standard system bricks. I think that LEGO Technic has got a really big fan base behind it, and I think they make really, really cool sets, so I can't really see LEGO retiring that theme anytime soon, especially given how many sets they release for it every year, and they always seem to do quite well. Like, Technic has been around for a really, really long time, and I think if LEGO decided to get rid of that theme, it would be like getting rid of Friends. Like, LEGO's just got a few really key themes that, like, if you touch them, you're gonna have to replace them with something else, or you're gonna lose a huge, like, part of your audience. I feel things like Creator Expert, Technic, Star Wars, those kind of LEGO fans go specifically for those sets. If they stop producing those sets, they're probably not going to buy Lego anymore. It's not like Monkey Kid or something like that where people enjoy the sets while they're here, knowing that's not going to be a very long theme. Like, Technic is here for a long time. We got to make sure we treat them well. We've got another question here as well from Solid List and Lego. He asks, can we get an update on the Lego Coliseum? I watched your video on YouTube about when you broke it. Have you fixed it yet? Yeah, the day I broke that is basically the day I fixed it. I was trying to move everything that day, and it ultimately fell and broke, and I had to do a lot of repairs to it. But I pretty much stopped right then and there and started doing the repairs. I grabbed the box and I sat and got to work. There was a few pieces left over, unfortunately. I don't know where they went to go, but yeah, it was very important for me to get that Coliseum done and built and back on the shelves because I wanted that on display. The reason you never see the Coliseum is because it's not in my Lego room. It's actually on display in my living room. I have a bunch of Lego sets out there that I don't keep in here just because now that I live here as well as do my Lego collection here, it's kind of nice to have some Lego kind of spread out throughout the house. It's also a great decor piece. That Coliseum impresses everybody when they come into my place. Like, I'm not ready to tell my friends that behind the closet door is this Lego room, but I'm ready to kind of show my love for Lego with having a certain pieces kind of throughout the house. But yeah, it's just kind of my introduction into showing friends, the passion and stuff like that for Lego. That's why I have a few key pieces on display. But yeah, I fixed the Coliseum the day I broke it. I wanted to make sure it was back on the shelves and back on display because I didn't want that set broken because I knew if I didn't do it right then and there, I was never going to do it. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out today's episode of Ask Brick. I'm sorry it was a little bit of a smaller episode. There was just not as many questions that came in this week as previous weeks. Those ones were a little bit longer episodes because I answered more questions. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode anyway. If you want to hear more about Ask Brick or if you have a question for me, please don't forget to leave it down in the comments below. I will be doing more episodes like this every few weeks whenever there's enough questions. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the next video.